back to the JJB Stadium, where we've seen a half that reflected the round one game between these two. Harlequins led 28-16 with half an hour left that day, only for Wigan to run out 47-28 winners. Harlequins have bossed this first period, but it was Wigan, thanks to a great offload from Goulding and Tompkins' try, that lead 18-16 as Joe Mabou puts more pressure on his side in the opening moments of this second period.
That's just what the Quinn side didn't want. Brian McDermott with a bit of a wry smile on his face, bit of a Victor Meldrew look there. I don't believe it.
This is Daryl Goulding again, the man who produced that offload for Tompkins' try. Richards was Trent Barrett, who found O'Carroll. O'Carroll does brilliantly to find Cameron Phelps. Further wide is Lulu. Short pass for Palliasina, and it's a try for Gareth Hock. Wigan score again within 50 seconds of the restart, buoyed by the try as the hooter sounded in the first period. Brian Noble's men strike first within 60 seconds in the second half. Gareth Hock with his fourth Super League try of the season.
All this pressure came about directly from the kickoff. Brian Noble at half-time will have said, listen, let's hold the completions and put some pressure on this Quinn side, knowing how fragile their confidence would be. A superb kickoff, good height. Joe Mabou, every forward's nightmare that. All on his own, he needed to catch the ball. Beautiful little shorthands. It started with an offload from a very talented front rower. Nice little short pass into the big fella. Beautiful right arm offload to Gareth Hock. Just look at this, it's simple but effective. Fantastic.
Excellent offload from Palliasina, and Gareth Hock with his fourth try of the season. That's the angle that Pat Richards has. We saw him convert one off the touchline to give Wigan the half-time lead. 3 from 3 already today. It's an easier angle for him, and no problem, we're going to extend their lead. Barrett
40-20
the 40-metre line. It's trajectory a little bit out, but it's still a great kick, and it puts the Harlequins defence under great pressure. Melling almost thought about offloading, and Melling is trapped behind, or trapped in the in-goal area, I should say. Has he done enough?
Chris Melling here. It's a tremendous kick from Trent Barrett. Probably going for a 40-20, but the bounce wasn't right. Look at Calderwood, this is what he's famed for. He did that so many times in his Leeds days, and you just saw the grimace on Chris Melling there. Hope there's nothing wrong with him.
Former Wigan player, of course, Chris Melling. Another one, Henry Paul launches the goal line dropout. Tompkins got that try right at the end of the first half. Cameron Phelps. Palliasina. Still going, Palliasina off the ground. So difficult to stop. And Wigan within 10 metres of the Harlequins line. Barrett back on the inside. Phelps. Barrett, longer pass this time, great pass this time, great try, Daryl Goulding. Trent Barrett with a perfect pass, and Daryl Goulding with his 6th try of the season. Brian Noble, well, you might expect him to be happier than that, but Daryl Goulding in the perfect position. Trent Barrett with the perfect pass, and Wigan extend their lead to 12 points. They're ahead by 28 points to 16 now.
The try scorer for the Wigan Warriors, number 3.
It all came about from this kick from Barrett and the kick chase from Mark Calderwood, just at the bottom of your screen, putting pressure on Chris Melling. They force him in goal, getting the dropout. Trent Barrett on a left to right pass, the most difficult pass in rugby league, has 3 players to choose from. I think that's what Brian Noble was saying. You saw his arms flailing all over. He's saying that's what happens when we have the options.
Relief for Daryl Goulding, without a try in his last 10 after 5 tries in the opening 6 games, so he will be pleased to get back on the score sheet, back into the points. And this man is a points machine for Wigan. 68 before today, 4 from 4 with the boot and a try. And Richards from 10 metres in from touch, he's missed that one. First blot on the kicking copybook for Pat Richards. Still a 12-point lead for Wigan though. Missed the last 2, Daryl Goulding. So another reason to remind Brian Noble of his abilities. Here is Palliasina. Faced by 3. It's Phelps who moves in. Strong run and a high tackle. It's McCarthy scars but the guilty party. O'Carroll, the victim.
That's the first thing he's done wrong all day. Had a tremendous game so far. I think he's judging maybe a grapple tackle. Worrying signs for Wigan. Palliasina is limping about in back play. When he took that ball up in the previous set, was tackled strong and hard, and he's finding it difficult to get to the sideline.
There is Palliasina grimacing as he heads for the side. This is Tompkins meanwhile in attack for Wigan. Here is Fielding. The man who's replaced Palliasina. And Phelps, good speed, away from the acting half-back position, and Phelps gets the ball away. It's Hansen who touches the ball down. It's another decision for Phil Bentham, the video referee. Great offload from Phelps though.
He needs to look whether that ball was offloaded forward, how it in fact came out, and Phelps threw it blind around his back to Harrison Hansen, who's got it here. Has he got enough control? No, he's dropped that. A real shame. What a piece of skill from Phelps.
It is a no try, and it will be a 20-metre restart. Andy Coley on for Wigan. Harlequins in possession. Will Sharp gets the Londoners over that halfway line. Now it's Gratian. Luluai there for the Warriors.
Oh, Phelps he's in real trouble in back play.
They need to stop this.
Moved.
Cameron Phelps lay motionless then as play continued.
Did you notice the players then? They all waved their arms, but nobody moved. He sort of catches a knee on the way into the tackle, then when he's on the floor, and then he catches a boot. There's the first impact, then another one, then he catches the boot.
The Wigan crowd applaud the medical team and the bravery of Cameron Phelps. Wigan players applauding too. This is Will Sharp for Harlequins within 5 metres of that Wigan line now. Great opportunity here for Brian McDermott's men to cut that 12-point deficit, but it's Wigan who emerge with the ball in the shape of Andy Coley. Andy Coley with the pace. Andy Coley stretching away there.
The ball just popped up into Andy Coley's hands. He almost had a nosebleed then, he was so far up the pitch on his own. It's a slip pass and Andy Coley just pins his ears back and goes. Wigan with the ball.
Scott Hill who surrendered possession. Pat Richards plays the ball. This is George Carmont, over halfway for the Warriors, faced by John Gratian. Mickey Hyam. Now it's Luluai. Coley again. Facing Gareth Haggerty, of course, today. Andy Coley. Two players signed from Salford on 2-year deals and facing each other this afternoon. Hyam sprinting away. Mick Hyam. He's got support on the inside. It's Thomas Luluai. And Thomas Luluai scoots it under the post. Thomas Luluai gives Harlequins it's all to do. Luluai's 7th try of the season. The New Zealand international stretches away, and Brian Noble will think that his side are well on the way to the 2 points now here at the JJB Stadium.
Goal line defence from Wigan, and it's Coley who has the ball popped up into his hands, giving his team the possession that they've been starved up for the last 5 or 10 minutes. Stuart Fielden punches the ball in, arms free, two-handed offload. Mickey Hyam puts on the accelerator, and Thomas Luluai back up in the middle in support. Here we are. Gareth Haggerty, the big fella, can get hold of Hyam, and a lovely drawn pass to that player in your screen. Very grateful after a period of pressure from the Quins side.
The former Harlequin, 18 appearances in London, and Richards with a straightforward opportunity here. 5th goal for Richards, the try from Thomas Luluai, and Wigan beginning to stretch away now. Danny Orr trying to inject some urgency, and then almost too desperate to get on with things. He's knocked on. That's the pressure that this Harlequin side are under now.
Another mistake from acting half. In some games you won't see one of these, and we've seen about half a dozen of them. That shows how greasy the conditions are, how greasy the ball is. You need to secure the ball and pick it up both hands before you attempt to pass it.
25 errors over both sides, and that may be largely to do with these conditions.
That's cheap possession. George Carmont was going in touch, threw it back inside. The Quins team were the first to react to it. He's going towards the sideline. He does well to get it out, doesn't have control of it. Liam Colburn bats it back. Quins have got it though.
And that urgency has given Harlequins a great chance, and Henry Paul just continues to examine this Wigan defence. Danny Orr, Joe Mabou, through the tackle there of the Wigan defence. Henry Paul on the floor, finds Scott Hill. Warrency, and Warrency, well, he's touched down. Michael Warrency believes he's scored here, but Ian Smith again is going to hand this one on.
They're checking whether Trent Barrett was obstructed. The middle of your screen there, Trent Barrett. It's Heckenberg who runs into him. I think that could be obstruction. I think this try will be ruled out. Henry Paul does well. It's a difficult pass. He attempts to give. Can't quite see it on that angle. The middle of your screen, Trent Barrett jogging backwards. Heckenberg prevents him from tackling Warrency. Heckenberg in number 10 for the Quins. There, that's where he takes him out. He's got no chance of getting to that player with Heckenberg in the way. Scott Hill, short ball, a long ball, sorry, to Warrency.
Michael Warrency awaiting the decision of Phil Bentham. The try is ruled out. That's a penalty to the defence for the obstruction. Danny Orr, Scott Hill. Interesting kick. I think it was Hill who got there first, but Wigan, in the shape of Trent Barrett, alive to the danger there. They've seized possession back, and Calderwood cuts inside.
Wigan's enthusiasm still got on the 70th minute. Calder's doesn't know where it is. Goulding bats it inside. Trent Barrett puts his body on the line and gets down on it.
Hyam, Luluai tried to sell a dummy to Henry Paul, one of the best in the business. Hyam, Barrett, another inventive kick, another great kick. Calderwood tried to tow it forward. It's desperate defence from Chris Melling and Harlequins. It's another decision for the video referee.
We're happy with the onside, so just surrounded. The referee says he's happy with the onside. A beautiful kick through. Calderwood tips it on. He can't reach it. Daryl Goulding tries to get it. I think that's a try, Ben. Soccer skills from Calderwood. Everybody slipping and sliding. Melling pushes it forward on the line. That's a try. Now then, which player touches it down? That could be the next argument. They'll both claim it. Here we go. Daryl Goulding. That's a knock-on from here. Watch Daryl Goulding, number 3 in your screen. Yeah, that's a try.
Daryl Goulding got 2 tries on the opening day against Harlequins. Has he got 2 tries here against the Londoners at the JJB? He has. Daryl Goulding with a double as Wigan extend their advantage. They now lead by 38 points to 16. A happy homecoming for those Wigan fans. The 7th Super League try for Daryl Goulding, and a bridge too far surely now for Harlequins.
After a period of pressure from the Quins side, Wigan needed to respond and respond with points. Beautiful kick from Trent Barrett. Calderwood, trademark, chasing, hurrying. And it's who can get their hands to it the quickest. Everybody slipping and sliding. Daryl Goulding, I'll have it, thank you very much.
Recently signed a 2-year deal, Daryl Goulding, with an option for a 3rd year. It's formed like that will keep him here at the JJB. As Pat Richards skews one. They're used to such high standards from him, but he won't care too much about that. Wigan 38 points to 16 ahead now, thanks to that try, the 2nd from Daryl Goulding. Owed much to the touch of Mark Calderwood.
Mark Calderwood just chases hard, tips it forward. Everybody's having a crack at it, and it's Goulding who reacts first.
Tompkins picks up the restart. Drags Gratian with him. Andy Coley now. Nicky Hyam, still so much running in those legs, so enthusiastic, even with 6.5 minutes to go.
It's the Quins who give away a penalty for interference now. They're trying to buy that extra second. He's got hold of him. Wrestle, he's got him in the clinch. Look at his left arm, there it goes. We've caught you.
Another opportunity then, thanks to the deeds of John Gratian, for Wigan to extend this margin. Barrett this time picks out Goulding on a hat-trick, of course. Barrett, O'Carroll, ominously. Wigan inside that 10-metre zone now. Mickey Hyam. Trent Barrett stepping, Barrett through one. 4 tackles gone for Wigan. Hyam knows there's an overlap on the left-hand side. Thomas Luluai with a kick. It's only found Tony Clubb, and Tony Clubb is quick. Tony Clubb against Luluai. It's a foot race, and Tony Clubb is going to win.
Oh, Calderwood might get him.
Calderwood still going though, and
No.
Calderwood, well, he did everything he could, but Tony Clubb, surely too little too late for Harlequins, but Tony Clubb has his second try. Brian McDermott has some positives to take from this defeat in the JJB, and the latest is Tony Clubb's 6th try of the season. Harlequins show that they haven't given up, and the try for the 21-year-old.
It's the kick from Lulai, takes it to the line, puts it on his toe. Tony Clubb has 80 metres to go. Lulai can't catch him. Pat Richards can't catch him. Calderwood is catching him. We're not playing tig and pass, so that's a try. Kick through again. And this fella's got some pace, you know. I said right at the top of the show, he can feel a little bit unlucky he's not got an international call-up, but keep coming up with efforts like that. He's knocking on that door, you know.
Actually got the first hat-trick by a Harlequin in the cup defeat of Toulouse a couple of years ago, and Danny Orr has missed the conversion attempt. 38 points to 20 now. Danny Orr still looking to increase this Harlequins account. Scott Hill. Gratian gets the ball off the deck. Louis McCarthy scores, but picks it up and then can't keep hold of it.
Unfortunate there. There's a mismatch, and Gratian does really well to get the offload away. It's a little bit untidy, and McCarthy Scarsbrook couldn't regather. He's had a good night's work tonight. Brian McDermott will have looked at his team sheet, some of the players that have come in. He knows that he's busted, he knows that he's down to players with a lack of experience, but the only thing he can do is expose them to this level and hope that they can swim rather than sink.
Missing the likes of Carl Tamata, Ricky Sharif, Rob Purdham, a long-term injury as well. But he will be pleased with the displays of those who've come in. Jamie O'Callaghan, 17. David Tootle as well on the bench, making his debut. This is Gareth Hock, Darryl Goulding's kick. It looked to be going out of play, and there was work to do there for Will Sharp.
Both sets of players willing that ball out. The last couple of minutes now. 18 points difference is probably a fair reflection on the efforts of both sides. Wigan, that's a penalty. Joe Tompkins, that's the first blot on his copybook. He's had a good night tonight. Warranty with a loose carry. Sometimes it's too tempting for players not to have a bit of a stab, not to try and kid the referee.
Wigan definitely have the destiny in their own hands. 7 of their final 10 matches here at the JJB, and they've kicked that run off with the 2 points here. Eckenberg for Harlequins. The clock ticks down to the full-time hooter here. Danny Orr. Still 3 in the tackle for Wigan. Crowd beginning to count down. Randall with a kick. It's towed on by Warranty. Goulding knows that the final hooter has gone, so just hammers that ball into touch. Brian Noble, I should say, will be delighted with this result. The first home match in 6 weeks, but there are positives for Brian McDermott as well. Decimated by injury, the Quins. Drafted in 3 players yesterday from the 20 that they had announced. And the likes of Jamie O'Callaghan at 17, the sign of a great Harlequins future. But it's Wigan who move into the top 4. They have a game in hand on the rest of the sides, and they are in the top 4 thanks to this win, as Brian Noble talks to Henry Paul. But it's Wigan who have won this one against Harlequins by 38 points to 20.